What's up, guys? So I'm turning 30 soon, and recently I've just been plagued with thoughts of all the things that I should have done and should have been doing far more frequently in my 20s, and all these like mainly because there's metrics in my life where I don't feel like I'm at where I need to be at yet. And then I'm like, oh, I think I need to be somewhere other than now. Somewhere other than eternity. That's what my problem is. That's what the problem is, actually. Is that my mind thinks that I need to be somewhere other than where I am. Somewhere other than perfectly in place in the puzzle of the universe. You are the exact piece of the puzzle that is you. Wherever you are, whatever metrics you're measuring yourself with, all of those metrics are imaginary. The only actual tangible thing is now. It's not even a thing, it's just what is. Because now could be nothing too. There's, right in this particular area right here, it's nothing, but it's also now there. And it's now where I am. And to to try to get wrapped up in the idea that you're not where you need to be at because of an arbitrary number of times that the Earth has gone around the sun since you appeared in this particular atomic form. To say that you need to have been different or you're not, to say that you're not where you need to be is basically arguing with the universe. You're saying, all right, I'm here and I feel like I'm not enough yet. So, therefore there must be a mistake. I have made mistakes that have, in some form, that have caused me to be here and not somewhere else. Anytime you catch yourself wanting to be somewhere else, you are forgetting the infinite cosmic bliss that's always available now. And just get a taste of that, even for a moment. And all of the metrics that you were using to determine whether or not you're enough or have enough stuff. All the metrics dissolve in the now. Because here you are complete. Here you complete the puzzle of the universe. And it's so funny, dude. There was something else I was going to say, and I'm forgetting it now. Oh, yeah. I was just thinking, okay, so, because my brain started going, oh my God, dude, you started doing stand-up when you were 22, and you were super consistent with it, and you were progressing a bunch, and then, you sort of fell out of the habit of it and stopped doing it as much, and now my brain just keeps saying, oh, if you had been doing stand-up regularly this whole time, you would be on tour right now. You'd be selling out whatever now. You'd be something else. You'd be something else. Something that would make you. If I'm going around selling out arenas, that's not going to alleviate the feeling that I'm having right now. Because this feeling isn't rooted in the metric that we're comparing ourselves with to where we should be or somewhere else. The feeling is originating in a perception of yourself being separate. You don't feel like you're enough because you're acting as if you're not enough. You're because you're pretending to just be this little body, this little person, and not an essential part of the universe. You're pretending. And the belief that you're not enough, I know from my own experience, I've held on to this belief since basically for as long as I can remember. And I think part of the frustration that I'm feeling now is it's like, okay, I can feel that I'm like ready to let this go. But it's part of my conceptual egoic identity, and so I'm afraid, even though I can conceptually understand why I don't need to be, I haven't let it go yet. And that's okay. Can you be gentle with yourself? I mean, it's pretty reasonable for you to be afraid of letting go of the things that you think kept you safe for your whole life. Bashar talks about this. He says, like, every belief that you have because you believe it's beneficial for you on some level. And if you have a belief that you don't want to continue to operate based on, but you haven't let it go yet, it's because you haven't found and released the root benefit that you believe that belief serves. And I guess I'm just thinking now, like, because I felt this way at 26. I felt this way at 22. I felt this way at 15. I remember being in high school comparing myself to people and like looking at these people who had higher grade point averages than I did and thinking like, wow, they must just have like such a relaxed life to be able to go to school and just have a 4.0 and like everything must just be taken care of, like all of this is just projection onto a person that's a different piece, also essential, of the puzzle. And even though now, more than ever, I feel like totally fucking like, hell yeah, I love myself and my life and my being and all this stuff and everyone. And I think that's part of why these habit patterns are coming to the surface. Because they're ready to be let go of on a soul level. You think a soul can be incomplete? The energy of the universe? Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oops, you were supposed to have done more stand-up. It's funny too, because rather than just going and doing more stand-up, I'm just like, I should have done more stand-up before. And it's like, well, you're planning to do it forever, so what? And I was thinking about this too, like if I knew that at 33, for example, I was going to be in a space where I had all the metrics that I'm thinking I'm not up to speed currently with. If I knew that I would hit all of those by 33, I don't even think it would be an issue. I don't think I would be worrying about it in the way that I'm worrying about it now. And this sort of reveals maybe an even more hidden belief that I'm not confident that I will achieve what it is that I think I was supposed to achieve already. If I knew I would achieve it at some point in the future, which would be now, and I know on a quantum manifestation level, the way to get there is to just embody the energy now. The way to not get there for sure is to spend your time thinking that you're not there. Feeling like worried because you're not there yet. That is the opposite effect. But can't you just operate from a space where you know that your success is inevitable? And not only inevitable, it's already here. Because if you get there at 33, you wouldn't have gotten there at 33 if you didn't do everything that you did now. Or 38 or 48 or 100. Whatever. If you define your success as something outside of the moment, you will never experience it. anything that you postpone outside of now is never experienced. Unless you're really with it now, it's all an illusion. There's dolphins out there. Anyway, I'm getting really tired of my thought processes that pull me out of now. I mean, they don't pull me out of now. They make me imagine things that are outside of now. But I'm in now when I'm imagining them. But I'm trying to be patient, which is not something that you have to try to do. It's just what is if you don't try to do something else. So I'm relaxing into it, but fluctuating. But that's okay. Gonna keep giving myself time and patience and grace and love, and it's all good. Hope you're good too. See you later.